Released between June 1996 in Japan, September 1996 in North America, and March 1997 in Europe, the Nintendo 64 was a major console entry for Nintendo in the 5th generation of video game hardware. Powered by a 64-bit NEC VR4300 CPU clocked at 93.75 MHz, the system could deliver a blistering 100 megaflops of power, as well as audio and crisp 16-bit 48 kHz stereo sound. Now, the Nintendo 64 sophisticatedly delivers this information via state-of-the-art composite cables. And as of July 19, 2019, you're probably thinking to yourself, it honestly cannot get any better than this wonderful 480i signal. And with that, you are completely correct. I've seen some modern solutions being recommended recently, but honestly, how can you get any better than the best already? Nintendo got the fabrication for this peripheral to such perfect specification that there really is nowhere to go but down from here. Manufactured in the beautiful rolling hills of China, in factories that are every bit of worthy to write home about. So instead of just discussing the signal, let's take a look at some reference quality captures that I digitally acquired myself. Hopefully this will help you get an idea of if composite cables are the right solution for you based on your budgetary and as well as your interface needs. Now, in order to get as close to accurate of the source game code as possible, I connected my composite cables up to my 1985 Sony SL-HF600 Super Betamax VCR, insisting on the high recordability of the tapes that Super Betamax format affords. After recording, I played it back from a 1986 Sony SL-HF450 Super Betamax VCR and ingested that into the computer to begin editing. First off, we will look at Super Mario 64. Notice the sharp and crisp reds on Mario's hat. Notice the lifelike pores on his nose, the individual hairs of his mustache. The unparalleled graphical prowess of this beast of a console is not to be questioned here. As the camera initially pans around the kingdom, the greens, the tree leaves, the blades of grass, all in crystal clear clarity, unlike anything I have ever seen thus far. Notice how fine and easy to read the text from the flying turtle guy has become on official composite cables. You can now more easily than ever launch into the air to do a vertical attack on the walking mushroom dudes, every single turn and step of the way. I felt as if I was seeing this game and experiencing it for the very first time. With brand new eyes, a renewed vigor for this platform is set in. And finally, the final bomb guy boss battle is super efficiently rendered in a breathtaking 480i raster that can only be described as mind-blowing. Allow me to do a side-by-side comparison. On the left is what we have all been using for the past 25-ish years, and on the right is that signal being transported via the composite cables. The ease of application to dispatch the bomb guy boss was something I just was not prepared for, nor something I held expectations of. All in all, just on my experience with Super Mario 64 alone, I highly recommend Nintendo's official composite cables. Next, we will look at one of my all-time favorites, Cruis'n USA. First of all, the exhaust from the car is such finely detailed that I feel as if I'm actually on the street behind a real Ferrari. Notice the infinite drawing distance for the racetrack. The horizon just seems to keep extending on and on. Detail only available on composite cables. Notice again the blades of grass, the leaves on trees, the puffy clouds. Detail is just simply not possible with any other setup before that you can have in your living room today with composite cables. Again, we will do a side-by-side comparison so you can get a better feel of the vast universe of improvement that you can expect. The detail that you are getting from the composite cables are just inconceivable, and something that only Nintendo in their infinite wisdom could have offered us. Now next we will examine GoldenEye 007 being displayed through the composite cables. First of all, the vibrant Russian landscape is perfectly represented in this playthrough, and frankly something I'd never taken the time to appreciate before. The beautiful slab walls, the metal doors, the underground bunkers, the tunnels, even the chain link fences, all in stark, crisp 480i image quality that cannot be surpassed or rivaled by any other means available on the market. Notice how you can even see smoke from the gun after each pull of the trigger, and the fine detail of the bullets as they pierce the body of your beckoning foes. And let's take a second to appreciate this PCM 48 kHz soundscape delivered by discrete stereo channels on these composite cables. And the crisp text at the bottom of the screen, and the detail in the sky and mountains as you dive from the dam, It's worth the price of admission alone for these official Nintendo composite cables. You will not regret the investment, and I'm only just baffled I waited this long to take the plunge. And lastly, let's take a look at Wave Race 64 and see how one of the most vibrant and graphically taxing games on the platform handles over our official composite cables. Right off the bat, the water is so clear you can literally see the sand below in fine granular detail. I absolutely could not believe what I was seeing. The waves crashing, you can almost see the water drops as a wake splashes against your jet ski. You can even see the fine detail of the threading on the wetsuit of your driver. And never mind the grandstands. I've never seen 5th generation spectators look this convincing. Ever. Full stop. And we haven't even mentioned the photorealistic clouds. And again, the amazing PCM soundtrack presented in wonderful 48 kilohertz. Alright guys, well I guess that's all there is for today's video. Now be sure to leave a comment and let me know what you think about the composite cables. If you're going to be picking up the official Nintendo composite cables, let me know how they work out for you and your setup as well. And I guess leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching and peace out.